Man, we gotta talk about this. We definitely gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this. We have to talk about this, right? There has been a big influx of complaints about coaching in fighting games right now in tournament. There's been lots of tweets and more tweets and even more tweets from those tweets. I think when it comes to coaching, I don't think there's an issue. I think the only issue with coaching is when they spend a long time trying to coach said player. I think that's when it's bad, right? I think other than that, it's fine. I feel like 60 seconds, 30 seconds, that's enough. Part of the magic of fighting games is watching players overcome situations and try to adjust and adapt. I think when you spend too much time, or when you allow too much time for a player to get coached, mid-set in particular, because this is all about being coached mid-set, right? Let's say, so for example, player A wins, player B loses. Player B has a coach come up and tell them, hey man, stop playing like a scrub, stop doing this, hey man, look out for that. You know, I think the problem with that is it takes too much time. That's the issue. It takes too much time. And that's what I think people are more upset about, is that coaching is taking too long. Not that there's coaching happening, it's taking too long. Now I know there's other people on the other side of this fence where they're like, I don't like coaching because you're basically it's two people working against one. Especially if, like, let's say player A won and player B got a coach, player A has no coach. So player A now has to adjust to whatever these two people were saying. Now, I've done it myself where I've coached friends of mine. I've also dealt with it, you know, the whole nine. Me, I make fun of it, right? Like, if someone's getting coached and I have no coach, I'm gonna just, that's what you're gonna do to beat me? Okay, got it. You know, and I'm gonna use it against you if I'm able to hear it. If I'm not, whatever, I'm gonna just vibe out and still crush you. You know, like, that's part of the tournament, right? I think it gets into a very nuanced discussion here. And let me explain to you why, right? It's very easy to be like, oh, well, you know, it's whatever, you know, or it's fine, maybe it's not. There's other methods, right? So let's say on a hypothetical, right? Let's say it gets coached, not coached. Let's say it gets, what's what I'm looking for? It gets remedied, right? They kind of scale back on it, right? There's nothing stopping anyone with earbuds and a cell phone on Discord. Nothing. You can still do it. Because let's say they have AirPods. They put the AirPods over the, you know, the stream setup headphones. You could still get coached, you know, or you use your phone. You know, someone might be typing a whole dissertation. You see what I'm saying? Like, you never know. There's so many different ways that coaching can happen. I'm of the opinion I'd rather them do it the way it is now than lean into things like that, right? Because you can already get coached at an online tournament, right? Like, if I'm in a Discord and they're watching my matches, you know, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, wait, be patient, wait, he might do something crazy. That already happens online, you know what I'm saying? That can already be a thing. People can coach you through ranked, you know, things of that nature. Like, it's already happening in this fashion. So the fact that it can be done offline, we're in the age of technology, man. Like, you can't really mitigate that. So that's why I would much rather it just kind of stick around, but just no more than 1 minute. Now I understand where it can be jarring for people watching, right? So if you're watching on stream, it's kind of annoying because, like, it breaks up the matches, right? Which isn't a bad thing for a player to kind of, you know, recuperate and try to understand what's happening in their games. That happens to a lot of people, myself included. I don't really get coached that much, but when I do, it's cool, honestly. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm mostly okay with it, but I understand from a spectator's perspective, it sucks. Just, as I said, a minute at most. A minute to a minute and a half. Like, you better have whatever you need to say within that time frame. Because right now, why people have complaints about it, other than the competitive aspect, is like, it is jarring, it is not boring, but it does scale. It scales the matches back and the energy, right? Because again, like I said before, part of the neat thing about fighting is watching players adjust to other players. Not just, a steamroll when it happens, it'd be like that, right? But if someone gets steamrolled, they're like, hold on, make the adjustment, cool. That also goes by way of people going back to the character select screen, maybe sitting there on the continue screen or whatever, or the retry screen or rematch screen. It's okay to kind of get a breather and think about what's happening. But yeah, right now in Tekken in particular, like a lot of people are complaining about it. You don't really see people complaining about this in Street Fighter or any of the other games, from what I've seen so far, and to my knowledge. Coaching has been pretty much accepted. It's just, hell, man, people are coaching even at pools. You can't regulate that. Like, if someone's yelling, like if you're playing if player A has no one behind them and player B does, and player B's friends are yelling like, yo, he's mashing, da da da, yo, block and block. You can't do nothing about that. You could try to regulate it if you want, but some people just want to get hyped for their mans. It's like, it's like a sporting event, or your girls, whatever. They want to get hyped for their peoples, right? So let me make sure I'm fair to everyone here, right? They just want to get hyped for their people. Like, you can't really do much about that. So I think it's a very slippery slope with this, honestly. But again, me personally, I'm in favor of coaching, just not too long. That's all. It's okay. But I do think it kind of leads into some other discussions too, which just to kind of throw this one out here, like completely left field, right? At that point, it's like, I feel that's where team events come into play, right? Where it's cool to get that coaching at that point, right? If the event is a 2-on-2, hypothetical, then getting that coaching for the readjustment makes sense. It makes even more sense. So you kind of see where I'm kind of leaning with this, right? Like, it'd be cool to see more offline tournaments kind of lean into that, but that's gonna take some time before we're able to get there, to be honest. Maybe 2SKO starts that, I don't know. But again, coaching isn't bad. I think most people, for the most part, want to see their peoples win and succeed and move on in the bracket. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I would see bracket rigging is way worse than coaching. Because on the flip side to that, right? Just to present a counter side to this, or counter argument, or play devil's advocate, whatever phrase you want to use, right? Let's say that player B gets coached after, losing, right? And they still don't win. Didn't matter if they got coached. Player A was just that much better. Because even though you're getting coached, that doesn't guarantee a win. All it does is slow down the pace of the match. So I just see it as more of a momentum killer. So, there's ups and downs to everything. There's pros and cons to it all. I just don't think it's that bad. I think we can still live in the FGC with coaching. I think it's okay. So that's pretty much my 2 cents on this. Not too much to really say here, honestly. It's just make it shorter. So let me know how you guys feel about coaching from your perspective when you're watching tournaments. Is it bothersome for you? Or when you play in tournament, is it okay? Like, tell me how you feeling. Let me know. So talk to me in the comments. Talk to me. I'm interested. Let's start a conversation. So yeah, we'll get up out of here. You already know what it is. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna go now. Peace.